Hi, everyone. I wanted to take a few minutes here to go over this communication plan assignment that will be due on Sunday, August 9th for all of you. So this is kind of an extension of the BCMAR workflow assignment that you all turned in the week before last. So I think I'll just dive right in here. It's pretty straightforward, I think. So I don't think I need to give you a ton of guidance here. But just as a reminder, I have the scenario here for you all, so you can kind of refresh your memory. And before you start the assignment, make sure that you read the Margaret A. Text, pages 165 to 169. Communication, if you haven't realized by now, is extremely important when you're implementing any type of software. It has lots of tentacles and reaches and touches so many different individuals and stakeholders within an organization. And so it's really important to understand that and to kind of identify key messages that you are going to need to get out there and share. And it's also important to know who needs to hear those messages and receive those messages and how you're going to deliver those messages. And so that's what this assignment is getting at, okay? So really the communication plan should be based on the findings from your workflow and process mapping assignment, okay? Maybe you saw some areas where you thought, oh, this would also be important to communicate to this group of individuals in billing or in HIM or whatever that might be. I will also say that I've had students kind of come at this assignment from many different places in terms of on the implementation timeline. Some students come at it from, hey, we haven't even selected a BCMAR software application yet, and so we've just sent out RFPs, and this is a communication that we need to get out to people, and this is, what we're going to do. We've had others where, okay, we're getting ready to start setting up, start evaluating current workflows. This is what needs to be communicated. So I've had students take it from many different ways, or you can look at it very broadly too as an overall, okay? So, sorry, can ignore that. So anyways, just think about that. Maybe what point in time along the implementation timeline do you want to kind of think about in terms of what key messages might be important during that time? I feel like if you look at it from in its entirety, it might be a little bit overwhelming, okay? And don't make it too complicated, okay? Try not to overthink this one. All right, so also we're using the table that we're using for this assignment is based off of Margaret A's, okay? And so you need to first identify your key messages, okay? I'm just gonna scroll down here so I can show you guys. So first you wanna develop your key messages. I'm gonna be looking for a minimum of 8 key messages, okay? So just give a little brief explanation of the key message because you're gonna describe it further in the next section. But first of all, just give a little kind of summary of the key message. Then identify who's going to send it. Is it coming from the project manager? Is it coming from the pharmacy department? Is it coming from IT? Who's going to send the message? And who is the intended receiver? So it can be a group of individuals. It can be one person. It could, it can be whatever, but list those there. The type of communication medium that you're going to use to send the message. Is it going to go out via email? Is it going to go out in a newsletter? Is it going to be discussed in person at a meeting? That kind of information would go in that column. And then when. So what kind of timing does this message need to have? Well, it needs to go out before, training begins. But not after such and such. So think about that too, okay? All right, so I'm gonna go back up here. So once you have your key messages kind of filled out and this information here in this table. Down below, I want you to take each one of those key messages then, and I want you to provide some rationale for it. Okay, and so that's where this comes in right here. So please also provide a brief summary in which you describe your rationale behind each key message or row of the table. Please address the following in your rationale summary for each key message. Where possible, support your rationale with information from your textbooks and research, and of course, cite all your sources within the text and on the reference page, okay? So first, maybe go into a little bit more depth in terms of describing the key message, so beyond what you put in the table. Then you're going to explain why you chose to communicate the message to the receiver that you identified. Then you're going to explain, I'm sorry, I have my window open. It's a beautiful day here in Minnesota, so I apologize for the loud trucks driving by. But what I said was, you're going to first explain why you chose to communicate the message to the receiver, so that stakeholder you identified, whether it was a group or an individual. Then you're going to explain why you chose the message to come from the person you selected as the sender. So I want the message to come from the project manager because of this, this, and this. Then you're going to explain why you chose the communication medium you did. So a newsletter because it's going to reach the most individuals, or I'm going to send it on an email because I can have read receipts and to make sure that they've read it. You know, we're going to have a meeting because it's important because of this, this, and this. Okay. And then, so then that's it. Your assignment deliverables really is completion of this table, and then a summary of the rationale behind each key message. Okay, so pretty straightforward. And of course, if you have any questions, I'm here to help you. I'm happy to set up a time to go over things if you like. Yeah, I can't think of anything else at this moment. I hope that you all have a really great week, and yeah, I'm sure you're all getting very anxious for this class to be over. And so we'll be in touch. Thanks. Bye.